What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action sporting in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Alucard. Dracula backwards, for those of you playing at home. His opponent today, in the red color. Always a pleasure to watch this man play Age of Mythology. He is he is the winner of the most recent sexiest AoM dad of 2022. 2023 hasn't happened yet, so we'll see if he wins that one as well. His name is ChronoJJ. Yes, Ra versus Oranos, Frozen Waste, best of 3 qualifying round here. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a series. I guarantee you this. ChronoJJ running with the Ra here on this Frozen Wastes of maps, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what he's going to decide to do here. Now, given ChronoJJ's style, I can almost guarantee we're going to be seeing some Bast shenanigans here. I have seen ChronoJJ. He does sometimes go for the tar. Very, very rarely, but he does sometimes go for it. And when he goes for tar, he goes for the idea of fast second town centers, and he tries to make that work. This is his bread and butter. But recently, and more often than not, we see ChronoJJ trying to go for some different kind of shenanigans, trying to find an advantage with like Sphinx or something else, Sphinx, or like lots of heroic age scarabs potentially, or even like a fast mythic age through what's it called? Horus potentially, or even Osiris could work with mass mummies at the end of it. Mummy Eclipse is something we haven't seen very often, but it's very, very strong. We have seen that ChronoJJ has spotted his caribou over here, but that might be a problem. We'll see what Alucard's early game build order is looking like. To me, this looks like a very, very standard, fast, classical age, 430 advanced time. No cheeky fast town centers coming through, no 402s. He's got too much wood income to get a 4 minute, not 402, 4 minute advance time with hunting dogs. So we'll see how things are going to go. We do see one citizen making its way up here to potentially grab these caribou. There are walrus right here as well, which are kind of worth it to grab, and caribou over here as well. One of the secrets of Oranos early game is when you move to the secondary hunt, it's really important not to overgather wood. Because right now, Alucard is going to be overgathering wood, and he might not be able to get himself that 400 food that he needs to advance to the next age. Chucks the temple down, can jump over onto the berry bushes over here. We'll have to wait and see. This citizen has got to this food situation over here. Citizen coming in very, very shortly here, and it looks like it might be a slight delay to get to the classical age here. Very, very minorly delayed here. Not that biggest of a deal, but certainly something that's worth doing is just pulling villagers off of the wood, jumping onto a goat while you kind of manage all of your economy. Now we see tar is actually coming through here for ChronoJJ, actually quite a bit faster than that Prometheus is coming in. This is surprising. ChronoJJ managed to get his monument to the villagers out. He's got his house down. He's getting his wood income as well. It looks like he's going to be grabbing this town center. Look at the gold mine here. This is an absolute perfect map for ChronoJJ. He's got a town center with a gold mine next to it. He's got the hunt next to the town center, so his villagers are already ready to chuck the town center up. He can leave the villagers on the gold mine here to then grab an early Shadoof. We see pickaxe coming through for Alucard. The only thing missing here for ChronoJJ at this point is that he doesn't have that many villagers on wood to get himself Shadoof, to get himself a pickaxe, to get himself plow, to get himself husbandry. All these things he's currently missing. So we'll have to wait and see how this is all going to go here as we see the counter barracks, military barracks coming up, and what Alucard is going to do as a decision moving forward here. ChronoJJ going to just try and play this one very, very defensively here. He's got a fantastic map here, and it's just going to be up to Alucard to really work this one out and find an advantage. As the town center comes down, one one kind of difficulty here for ChronoJJ is going to be his food income to make sure that he continues to build villages even after any harass comes in onto this hunt over here. As you can see, ChronoJJ grabbing himself the pickaxe. He's got himself 2 villages on the wood. He's getting out Skin of the Rhino early as well. This is a really big investment from ChronoJJ, and it actually, funnily enough, it makes a lot of sense to do this because maybe he just doesn't have the food to support production of villages here. And this is going to allow ChronoJJ, he is switched on, ready to play today, ladies and gentlemen. Snipes that Promethean immediately there. But basically, Chrono here, he's not going to be able to, well, he's not going to be able to support the villager production all too easily. So he grabs out Skin of the Rhino, and that's going to allow his food to build up a little bit so that if he has to pull off of the hunt here, he should be completely fine. We do see a barracks coming up here as well as the caribou gets shot down, trying to get closer to the ground. He don't actually manage to do that here as the walls are up. The barracks is up here as well, and Alucard, he's not going to be allowed in here all too easily at all. He's going to be taking a lot of damage walking through on this location, and the Skin of the Rhino villages, they're going to survive for quite some time here, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see what Chrono's going to do. What I would like to see here from Chrono is to build a mining camp here, mine this gold, and take these villages in the main base to build the farms in the main town center. And maybe you could put 1 or 2, 3 farms on the town center on the backside, but really not too many here. Will be really good as we see Shadoof Plow coming through for ChronoJJ. Really, really defensive position over here. We see the villagers retreating back here. Nice micro there from Chrono, keeping his villager nice and safe here as the Hero Miller have to retreat back. And Chrono now is actually jumping onto this gold mine here. He's chucking down another barracks here as well. Hasn't started production of any of these axemen, but he's ready to start building them. Finishing up on the caribou, retreating back. There's a cheeky little shockwave. It might be worth it to Shifting Sands these units somewhere, but ChronoJJ, he doesn't particularly like that usage of Shifting Sands very often as the village is going to start shanking away, pick off a bunch of units. So that's one shockwave down, a bunch of military units traded for those villages to boot. The hero is getting taken down. This Wadget getting some huge value here, and Alucard has to retreat back. We do see the farms getting thrown down around here for ChronoJJ. He's getting himself the husbandry as well. He's got 4 villages on the farms over here. Plenty of priests in the main base. They're getting so much value out of these priests. This is going to be a huge economic powerhouse for ChronoJJ right now. He's moving around. We see Alucard moving around trying to find all of the goats here. He's got plenty of goats in the main base. Alucard doesn't have himself husbandry just yet. A really, really big mistake there. Once you're on herdables, you need to have husbandry as Oranos. It increases the food gather rate by a significant amount, in my opinion. As the villager getting pushed off of this location. A couple of slingers getting trained here to just try and snipe down those Terma, doing a great job of that. Rain gets cast. This is going to be a really, really delayed heroic age here from ChronoJJ, but because of how good this gold mine is, and you can see that ChronoJJ is just improving upon how good this gold mine is by throwing these walls down early. Doesn't matter that it's one gold mine frozen waste. His gold mine here is here to stay. It's going to be next to impossible for Alucard to actually be able to push ChronoJJ off of this gold mine, and he is in a commanding position here, throwing a 3rd barracks down to boot, and Alucard is going to have to pull back. He's not going to be able to do anything here. He's grabbing his 2nd town center. He might want to even grab his 3rd town center here as well. After all is said and done, look at this, 45 villages now for ChronoJJ, 46 to 13 citizen for Alucard. Huge advantage here. Nice micro there from Chrono, just pulls back, not going to commit to anything too big, just needs to get into a rhythm here, into a solidified position basically, and he's going to be really, really happy to motor ahead in this game. We'll see what ChronoJJ's got in store for us. And he's got Sekhmet in store for us. That nothing's changed here with ChronoJJ. ChronoJJ is a Sekhmet lover. He is a non-mercenary lover. He is do everything in his power to try and enjoy this game as much as he possibly can. Sekhmet's really, really fun getting access to those to those scarabs, getting access to the extra 10 population to play with as well. Also getting access to things like Bone Bow or even Slings of the Sun can be a big help if you've got enough slingers. Yeah, it's only a 30% increase, which is only really 0.3 damage increase, or 0.9 damage increase against infantry. So it's really not that big of a help, but it's still an upgrade. It's still something you can invest in. It's still going to be pretty decent. But we'll see what Alucard's follow-up is going to be here. One thing that I think that Alucard could have done much, much better here is against Ra. One thing that Ra players don't do is they don't eat all of their hunt. It's well worth it to send your citizen forward to eat this hunt and control this middle of the map here on Frozen Wastes, to throw military buildings down here kind of in the middle of the game to start allowing you to have free reign over the map here. As one villager over here does look like it's going to get taken down here. ChronoJJ is doing honestly, he's done a very nice job of not being housed here. For ChronoJJ not being housed and getting to the 11th or 10-minute mark of the game, man, you know he's on point here. He is he's showing what he's worth here in this game. It's a Migdol Stronghold going to be coming down for ChronoJJ. We see the Slinger spotting this town center here. And this is the thing. Chrono's got himself Shifting Sands here. If he needs to use it, he can use Shifting Sands on this army. And if he spots Alucard's army out of position, he can surprise attack a town center and take it out and really start motoring ahead in this game, as the village is going to be moving over onto this gold mine preemptively. I'm a bit surprised to see the Migdol kind of not defending anything over here. Obviously, the walls are already up on this gold mine, so it's completely fine. But I would have thought, even then, a Migdol here to defend this gold mine, potentially even a Migdol here, wouldn't have been a bad idea either. As the Alucard units moving around here, we see another Siege Works moving up onto this position as the Scarab starting to move forward. ChronoJJ spending his resources nicely, getting himself copper weapons here, taking out a stray Walrus as well. As the Scarab starting to go after the town center, we see Alucard realizing what's going on now, moving around here, trying to get in onto this position as well, as we see some hero units starting to come through to try and take out the Scarab. Will Chrono just simply pull back his Scarab or not? Remains to be seen here, as a couple of units getting sniped down on this position. Is ChronoJJ going to move in, try and take out those hero units as best as he possibly can? Those slingers here going to be able to clean up the Terma very, very quickly if he micros it, which he does manage to do that ever so slightly, as the town center is going to be definitely going down here, it would seem. We see a big shockwave coming through there, but Chrono sitting very mightily strong at 140 population with that Citadel getting cast down. The hero Mamilo coming through to try and finish off the Scarab, but too little too late. As the town center falls, Alucard drops back down to 2 town centers here, and Alucard's army can't fight off ChronoJJ's classical Egyptian army in this game at all here. As now some more villagers can be motoring forward. Just take that forward town center. So much gold on the bottom side of this map. ChronoJJ doesn't really know that that's the case, but grabbing these bottom town centers here nets him 1, 2, 3, 4 gold mines, whereas at the top of the map there's only 2 large gold mines here. So this is even solidifying ChronoJJ's position in this game even further here, as he's now moving forward to try and take out more of Alucard's citizens. He's going to be retreating back. Watchtowers comes through here. One citizen almost going down there. 18 HP remaining as the Terma does get sniped down. The rest of these Murmillo will be falling swiftly afterwards. We'll see if Chrono is going to try and just get to the Mythic Age. Honestly, I think like if Chrono didn't spend this 400 wood, 400 gold on a fortified town center and just clicked Mythic Age, could finish this game in the next minute and a half. But we're going to have to wait for a Mythic Age here nonetheless. And obviously playing safe in a tournament and just making sure no weaknesses is in your position is always a good way to play here. As the ChronoJJ units slowly but surely moving through. Look at all the towers getting set up here for Alucard, trying to desperately hold onto the main base. The catapults coming through. Citizen do come in. They absolutely wreak havoc on the siege towers of Egyptians. And it looks like Alucard knows that all too well, but so there's just too many units in his main base. We see Carpenters coming through for ChronoJJ. Bronze Shields coming through. His economy is absolutely smoking right now with irrigation in the bank as well. towers trying to come up over here, and we see another marker coming up for Chrono in a very, very nice place. He's got all the walls already set up here for the market to come through. He can start trading back into this town center here. Not only that, he could click up through the Mythic Age, through Horus, through Osiris. It doesn't really matter here. We do see that the Heroic Age has hit for Alucard, but the priests are already in for Chrono to take that out, and Horus is the god of choice here for ChronoJJ. He wants the game finished, and he wants the game finished now. We'll see if Alucard can manage to work this out, that he needs to get himself Masons. He needs to get himself fortified town centers within the next minute, or he's going to lose his town center, and all of these towers will get picked off as well. As we do see, ChronoJJ is not finished here. He's starting to move across the map. Tracking siege works just outside of this town center's line of sight, ready to start putting pressure onto that there as well. Plenty of resources in the bank for ChronoJJ. He just needs to produce some units. Is he making anything? Just a little bit of production coming out of the main base there as Alucard drops his Hesperid's tree here. And we see a fourth town center now coming up for ChronoJJ just to secure the entirety of the map here. With 170 population, going to 190 population here. Also the market able to start a brutal trade route on a brutal trade route on Frozen Wastes to boot there. As the units just kind of, unfortunately for ChronoJJ, but very luckily for Alucard, moving into each other here. Now the town center gets tornadoed, and it looks like everything goes down. No Masons was in there for Alucard, so he loses everything in his main base, and ChronoJJ has got literally full control in this game. Alucard's gold mine is going to be expiring in 2,000 gold as well, so a pretty big mountain to climb here for Alucard, as we see the Axemen starting to push forward, Spearmen starting to come out, medium Spearmen getting researched, champion Axemen also getting researched to boot here. As the mana getting taken out, and Alucard types GG and taps out. ChronoJJ with an absolutely brutal display in game one here against Alucard. There was not a chance here for Alucard to find anything. Alucard has to kind of go back to the drawing board and think about how he can deal with a Ra player who's got a town center that is right on top of a second gold mine. This is something that is possible. This is something that is beatable for Oranos players. But Alucard couldn't work it out in this game. ChronoJJ played it very, very nicely here. Gets the first dub. If you guys enjoyed this this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.